Ladies and gentlemen, once again it's Caribbean Interaction with Williams. I'm happy to have you today. This is something I have spoken about before and think it is an important conversation to have with you. Let's watch the video together and then share our thoughts afterward.
I am a Black American and I absolutely love to travel to the continent of Africa. It's my favorite continent in the whole wide world. But one of my biggest fears is that the more Black Americans come to this continent, they will not handle it with grace and with care. So, for example, I am in Ghana right now and I'm getting messages and people are sending me texts of people who had a bad experience at a festival or like all two people who got their phone stolen. And people are like, oh my God, I'm afraid. I can't come. They don't have their stuff together. This, that. And I'm like, that is their experience. It's not my job to negate or validate somebody's personal experience. That is what happened to them. But I just wish more Black Americans handled the systems that they think need to be in place with more care, understanding the historical context for why those conditions actually exist. And also understand that negative news about the continent literally drives people's internalized fear that Africa is inherently bad, and it literally feeds stereotypes. I'm not telling people how they should feel. I'm just saying that as Black Americans, with all your Western ideology and our privilege and our internalized challenges with the continent already, let's make sure we handle it with more care and more grace.
So every time I come on here and tell you guys about the African continent and how it is not all the lies that people have fed each other, like it's starving, all people are poor, it does not have food, people are sick, they're dying, this, it is not all that. We have people in the comments that think I am crazy, I'm lying, you're making up stuff, because in their minds Africa could never. Let me put this in clear language that if you speak English and can comprehend it, you will understand. The same company that makes and drops off poor people on the sides of the streets in America, addicts that can't keep a job in America. We all know the medical care system is crazy in America. It's crazy expensive. If people can't afford to pay insurance or they get sick, they will be paying thousands in bills of medical care. And if they can't pay, they'll be living in debt. We know about the foster care systems in America. They are always full, kids being bounced around from home to home. We know about the food stamps. We know about the long lines at the kitchen soup centers for people just to get a bowl of what to eat. We know about homeless shelters where homeless people can go just to sleep for a night, and during the daytime they have to leave. My list can go on and on and on. This same company is making and dropping off the same product on the African continent and anywhere else in the world. Now, are all these things that I mentioned make up America? Are all the people in America homeless? Are all the people in America starving? Are all the children in America homeless? No, this same idea applies to the African continent. We all know how the system is against vulnerable people, not even making excuses for anyone anywhere. Once you stop working with the system becomes your enemy. If you don't work that extra shift, you're still gonna have bills. A big percentage of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. If you have an unplanned emergency in America and you cannot afford to handle it, life will quickly kick you onto the streets like you have never worked a coin in your life. And when you're homeless, the longer you stay homeless, it's harder to get a job. It's harder to get an address where mail can be sent, a stable home. It's harder to build your credit score if you ever wanted to buy or build anything big for yourself in this America. But anyway, I could go on and on and on about these things. But let me bounce my question back to you. Are these people acting in America? Is it a joke? Do they just wake up and choose to be homeless?
This is for the African Americans. Whenever you decide to buy a ticket and visit another country, predominantly Africa or the Caribbean, can you please make sure to leave that stereotypical mindset that was inflicted upon you by these white people that oppressed you at the door before you enter. And if you can't do that, simply don't go. A girl went to Africa and someone got injured. Oh my God, someone got injured. Someone's phone got stolen. Oh my God, someone's phone got stolen. Sweetheart, you are from a country where a teenager can go to Walmart and buy a gun. America has the highest number of serial killers. You are from a country where when a white teenager feels depressed, he goes and shoot up a school. You are from a country where people who look exactly like you get murdered in broad daylight with all the evidence to show that they were actually murdered and never get any justice. So please explain to me how you can boldly acknowledge crime or incidents elsewhere, but you can't notice it in your own backyard. So crazy to me how the Western world have conditioned and convinced themselves and the people in their community to believe that crime exists everywhere else apart from the Western world. No, because let me do this again. Did people not die at Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester, England? Did Kim Kardashian not get robbed at gunpoint in Paris? And yet you still only acknowledge that crime exists in Africa? Some of these people are the same ones who will come on social media and make these stereotypical jokes about Africa, about the fact that Africa doesn't have any water. Meanwhile, Michigan don't have none neither. You lot will come on this app and stay shouting about how they live in mud huts and how they live in trees, but will never take a moment to look at the statistics of homelessness in LA and New York. People like you will come on this app and stay preaching and talking about how impoverished and poor and disadvantaged and how sad it is to be African and live in Africa because of how Africa is. Meanwhile, you're getting oppressed in your own country. Believe it or not, it's the same way when some of them go to the Caribbean. And you know, funny enough, same thing happens in Jamaica. Same thing. If you ever travel to Jamaica, just make friends with one of the staff at the hotel and ask them the worst guests who visit, and they will boldly tell you African Americans. And you wonder why some Caribbeans and Africans simply just don't like some of you. Because you lot come here and stay in other people's business and stay talking shit, knocking your cent against somebody else's dollar. You lot can really stay at the land of the free that ain't free. You really can stay there. Nobody's begging you to carry your bag and come. Do you understand? Don't buy tickets. Stay home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the channel. After listening to what she said, I think the biggest message here is not about denying anybody's experience, but about understanding each other's better. She make a point that many people in diaspora grow up seeing only one side of Africa on medias. Very often, the images shown are poverty, conflict, or suffering, and for many people to become their entire picture of the continent. At the same time, many Africans grow up seeing the image of American dream or European dream, where everything looks perfect and life seems easier than it really is. The truth is that every place has its own strength and every place has its challenge. Yes, people can have a bad experience while traveling. Someone may lose a phone or have their bag stolen. Those experiences are real and should not be dismissed. But she also asks people not to judge an entire continent based on one experience or a stereotype that have existed for generations. Her message to the African diaspora is simple. Come and see for yourself. Meeting people, learn their culture, building connection, and experience the beauty and diversity that exist across the continent. What stood out to me the most was her invitation. She is saying that many Africans see members of diaspora not as stranger but as family, and they want that connection to grow stronger. Whether someone agree with every point she made or not, the message of welcoming, reconnecting, and learning from one another is something many people can appreciate. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Have you visited Africa before, or is it a place you would love to visit one day? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next reaction.